Global migration has been a thing that has been happening from the dawn of time, and global migration will continue to happen regardless of the immigrational laws that are being established in various countries or the immigrational shakeup that exists. People who aspire to go to different places, whether that's for economic benefits or they want to go there for educational or health benefits, will continue to migrate to different places. And therefore, it is important that we take some time to have a think about how we can make the best use of our time when we migrate to countries, especially for those who go there for economical benefits or educational advancements.
The Jam Fam family. Jam Fam, come hang with me, yeah.
Hello, Wagwan. Big up yourself, whether you're there yard or you're there abroad. Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. In this video, we're going to be looking at how Jamaicans can make more productive use of their time when they migrate to different countries. Now, in doing so, we are conscious of the fact that productivity is relative. Now that we're going to be looking at this, we want to be focusing on a few areas where we are seeing how we can maximize productivity in whatever way, shape, or form based on your goals for your migration. Now, the first thing that we need to consider when we're going to be migrating is what's the vision you have going to foreign. That needs to be absolutely clear, because I can assure you that when you go to the foreign country, it is so very easy to be able to just be absorbed in that social culture and socialization that happens in those countries, because you're being sucked in by the different exposures that you're having that you didn't have in your own country. You are being overrun by expenses, so your bills that you need to be paying and the different expenses you have. You're also being overrun by the easy access to convenience that you can afford to pay for, and it puts on the back burner your real purpose and reason for going there. So whether you go there for educational gains, so you want to go there to make sure that you get that degree that you're studying for, or you're going there for internship so you can get professional experience to return to your country, or whether you're going there for economic reasons, so you're going there to create a better life for yourself and for your family. It is important that you keep your why, your purpose, at the forefront of your mind when you go, so that that vision that you have when you were leaving is very clear and a constant reminder to help you to keep your boundaries and maintain your focus. Now, the second thing you want to be thinking about is the type of lifestyle you want to live when you go abroad. Now, many people go abroad and they see the lifestyle that people are living who are there without a full comprehension of how they get to be living that lifestyle. And soon people become dragged into it, into the comforts of those lifestyle, which is a detriment to your vision that you have had. Moving to a country where you're aspiring to make life better for yourself, your lifestyle that you're living need to also be reflective of that. It needs to showcase that you are working assiduously at ensuring that you are putting yourself in a better position, which means certain lavishness and luxury that people in those countries living there want to be able to afford themselves. Your focus is different. Your focus is working tirelessly so that you can acquire and amass over a shorter period of time your goal and ambition that you want, so that the lifestyle that you want to actually live is something that you are going to be a lot closer to living, because you're working the vision. So whether that is to be able to build a home in your home country and to have enough funds to be able to set up a business there and to be able to go back to your home country within a certain time frame, then that needs to be your focus. And of course, we know there are lots of things that we are not told when we are planning to migrate to other countries, some of the challenges and the difficulties that you will inevitably face. But more and more people are talking about those on social media, and therefore it's important that we're educating ourselves about it, so that when we go and we see it, we have a strategy and an approach how to work around it, so that it does not impact, buffet, or avert our vision that we have at the forefront of our minds to achieve. So the fourth thing that you want to think about is, when is it that you're planning to return home? Now, for some people, it is straightforward when they might be going back home. So for some people who are going there to study, your study will take a period of time. So it might be that you're going on a 3-year study program, and then you might plan to work for a year or two to get some experience, and then you're going to return home. Of course, these are plans that you can change later on, but if you have a clear-cut plan going in, then when you make adjustments to them, you are very aware as to why you're making those adjustments, and you are somewhat in control of those changes. That way you put yourself in a better position to be able to manage these changes when they occur, because they're changes that you would somewhat be in control of directing. For those people who are going there to work, whether you're going on a 1-year, a 2-year, a 3-year, or a 5-year work permit, it's important that you are clear about what it is that you're going to be achieving in the period of time that you're going, and when exactly it is that you're going to be returning home. Again, this may change, but if it's changed, then at least you are very clear about the decisions that you're making as a result. Number 4 question to think about is, why do you want to return home? What is it that ultimately is drawing you back to your home country? You need to be very clear about this, because it could be that you might want to relocate elsewhere. And if you haven't stopped to answer this question properly, then you might not be able to be in a position to make the right decision when you decide to go back from the country that you have migrated to. Wherever you're moving to, it needs to be clear in your mind why it is that you're doing that. And returning home for some people might just be a cute thing that they do, whereas for others, it is a purposeful choice and action that they're going to be undertaking. And there are some people who returning back is something that they need to do because there are no other choices. So therefore, we need to be very clear about the why behind us returning home, so that we can be able to go there and make the profound impact that we want to, with the skills and the experience that we have acquired in the countries that we have migrated to. And the 5th thing that we need to think about when we are in foreign countries is, how will we make our move possible? And it takes us back to our vision, and also to the way in which we want to live in these countries that we are living in. Because when we take in those 2 things into consideration, it helps us to be in a position where we are creating the opportunity, and we're creating the bedrock, the foundation that we need, and the climate and the environment that we need in order for us to be able to return to our country and make that a possibility. Because there are many people who have gone to foreign countries who want to return to their home country, but are not in a position to do so for one reason or another. Some people are not in a position to do so because if they choose to go back to those countries, once they leave, they're unable to return to those countries. There are other people who aren't in a position to do so because even though they might be at the age of retirement, there are no pension plan that they have created for themselves to be able to survive in their home country should they return there. There are some people who do not create the opportunity for them to be able to return to their home country because they have no savings that they've put aside to be able to do this journey. There are some people who, from the minute they left their home country, they've never put foot back in those countries. So the country has transitioned and transformed in such a way that they are oblivious to the changes that are happening in their countries, whether for the better or for the worse. And as such, they are not in a position where they see fit for them to be able to transition back to those countries in a way that they see that they could survive and thrive. There are those people who are in those countries and they don't want to move back because of the fact that they have family network that they don't want to lose out on. So they have children and grandchildren, and some people may even have great-grandchildren. And so if they had in their mind before the vision to return, this is something that they would have been sharing with those generations, and they would have been giving them an opportunity to experience their home country, to see what it's like, so they know that when they actually return, these people would come along to visit them there. So there is a lot of things that we need to take into consideration when we're moving to other countries so that we can return to our home country in the way that we want to plan out our return. Because as we are aging, it becomes more important for us to be in environments that our bodies are designed to exist in. And so it's important that we consider whether or not we're going to return to our home country, or we're going to return to countries that have similar conditions like our home country in terms of environmental conditions that will add to our longevity in the long run. When we're moving to foreign countries, it's important that we seek to maximize our time that we're spending there in whatever way, shape, or form possible. We need to learn about mechanisms in which we can do so, and not necessarily go to Rome and just be like the Romans. We need to figure out how we go to Rome and behave in a way that is going to profit us in the long run, so that people can never say to us that you go foreign, go waste your time. Because when we actually go to a foreign country, we go there, we be productive citizens, we contribute to their society, and we look at how we're also going to contribute to our society that we've left from, and ways in which when we return, we can also add to that society with the skills, the talents, and the experience that we've garnered whilst we were in another country. What are some of the ways in which you think people going to foreign countries waste their time? What are some of the ways in which you think people can be productive when they are in foreign countries? Tell us both of those things in the comment section below. We look forward to hearing your comments and your views and having wholesome, healthy, respectful interactions in the comment section. When we went to the supermarket, we found out that the Frankfurter that we normally would buy was out of stock. So we went to another supermarket just to try and see if we can get it. And when we got there, it wasn't there. And so we had to buy this other Frankfurter. We bought 2 packs of it. And when we came home and the first time Eliona used it, we realized that it's one that we bought before when we just came and she didn't like it. And so here I am with a pack of 24, and the other pack of 24, we've used some of it, and it's we're down to about half pack now. And it's to think about, well, how do I use it? Because I could throw them out, but I'm not going to throw them away. And I could be the parent who say, you're going to eat it because that's what we bought, but that's not healthy. And we've learned how to force our kids to do things, almost breaking their will, because of the servitude that our parents and their parents before them were under. And they taught us this force methodology that creates yes people and have people not know how to exercise their will in doing some of the things that they need to do, and then you have lots of other things that comes as a result. So instead of doing either of those 2 things, I decided that I'm going to find a way in which we can make creative ways of using them that hopefully she will like and indulge in. So here we go. I'm in the middle of making this brunch, so I had some Frankfurters. I took 6 Frankfurters, chicken ones, and I blended them up. If you have a food processor, it would be even better to use a food processor. So I put it in my whisker. So this is what I did. I used, and once I got it all blend up to how I wanted it, I did it in chunks, and then I had it all like this. I blended my blending vegetable that I have, so the ones that I refrigerate, and I mix that in with some other seasoning blends that I have, and some paprika, black pepper, hot pepper. I also use some sweet chili and a little bit of ketchup, and I put a little bit of pimento. Then I shredded some cheese into it. If you prefer, you could make the balls and stick the cheese inside of it in little cubes, if that's what you prefer. I decided I'm going to be grating it in, or shredding it in. And then I have my flour for me to base them in. I make little balls. Here are some that I've made already, so I'm almost finished. And then I'm going to, once they sit there for a little, I'll put them back into the flour just to get them nicely coated, and then I'm going to be frying them. You can use an egg wash if you want at this stage and put it in, and we'll come back and let you know how it tastes. And there they are. One of them broke apart, but the rest of them are here. So that mixture with half cup of flour gave 10, and I decided when I was going to do the second coat that I'm going to flatten them and make patties instead. So the filling that I'm going to put in the burger, and make a nice little burger so that we can make it a more balanced meal with some vegetables too. And this is the final product. So Eliona just made the burger for myself, and she made one for herself, and we'll see how she decides that it tastes at the end of it. Hopefully it will get thumbs up. So how did you feel about the patties that we made for the burger? Because I noticed you were eating yours very slowly.
They're okay, but I didn't like it.
What you not like about it?
I just didn't like the taste.
Because it still tastes
And
the same?
texture.
Or is the texture because of the fact that it was food processed up?
It feels smushy.
Okay.
And I don't like those kind of sausage. When you put it in the oven and it just melts and there's no sausage left.
Okay. So it's still, you're still having that same experience when it's in the patty form like you would do when
and
it's...
I don't like cow taste.
Oh, it's just the taste of it is that you don't like. Okay. So I guess I'm going to have to just eat it myself then. And you can get a replacement pack for the ones that you actually like. I have an idea. I will just use it to make fritters and my egg omelette stuff and things like that. And then you can find other solutions for yourself.
Okay.
But this is just another one of those situations where we're having to adjust and adapt and decide whether or not something works for us or not. And this isn't that isn't working for you, is it? The Frankfurter? No. So we will, hopefully the next one will be in the supermarket when we go next time, so that you can get it and then get back onto something that you like the taste of. I think it's very important about the taste of things, that you actually like what you're eating rather than feeling like you have to eat it because you have to eat it. Because we eat food to keep our body healthy, and so we shouldn't feel like this is your only way of getting the nutrient you need and feel forced into it and then develop unhealthy food relationships. What do you think? Oh, she's smiling. That's okay. We'll work them out.
The Jam Fam family. We're Irie, living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. The Jam Fam family. We're Irie, living the good life. We're royal, cruising through the West Indies, having fun, enjoying the good life. Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. Jam Fam, come hang with me. The Jam Fam family. Jam Fam, come hang with me, yeah, yeah, yeah.
We thank you for staying with us here on this another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. Bye for now, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.